I'm asked all the time, Anthony, how is the market? And if you're watching this video, you're probably wondering the same thing. Well, today we're going to talk about what happened in Q2 of 2023, as well as what does it look like in Benton County for the future. The reason why I get that question, how is the market, is the people asking really truly want to know. I'm considering selling my house, or I'm considering a move across the country. Is now the right time? What are rates doing? What's the local real estate market like there in Northwest Arkansas? Well, if you've been watching my channel for a while, you know that I do cover Northwest Arkansas, a little bit up into Southwest Missouri. However, today we're going to focus specifically on Benton County because we could go down into the details of everything, but it gets a little watered down. So let's specifically talk about Q2 in Benton County. This is where Anthony gets nerdy, is where I dive into the numbers to help you understand, again, painting a picture of what the market is doing here locally. First, let's look at Q1 of 2023, and what I'm going to be giving you is days on market, new versus existing homes, the price per square foot, the average price of the home that had sold, as well as the percent to list price. So if a home was listed at $400,000, was it 97% of that value? Was it 115% of that value? That's what we're going to dig in. That way it gives you some understanding in a few different things of how we're going to interpret this data once we have it all out there. In Q1 of 2023, I predicted that days on market was actually going to decrease coming into 2022. I was right, but I was also wrong. We'll get to that in a moment. In Q1, there were 524 homes that sold that were new construction. And again, if this is your first time to the channel, I have to break out existing homes and new construction because there's so much new construction that drives our area that it's almost necessary to pull that piece apart to understand the two different caveats of both of those types of homes that are on the market for sale for buyers. There were 1,245 homes that sold in Benton County in Q1 of 2023, and 42% of those were new construction. The average days on market was 132 for new construction and 68 for existing. Something that our market did, our local MLS had done about 2 years ago, was start tracking not just days on market, but pending days on market to again give some further depth into understanding that even though the days on market show 132 for new construction, they were pending for 69 of those days. So the home went on the market, and then about 60 days later, it went under contract. So on an existing home, the days on market were 68, with days pending was 35. So beginning of this year, we're seeing about 33 days from list date to under contract date. And that's going to be coming up here in the future, what we're talking about in Q2 as well. Price per square foot for new versus existing home was $193 versus $192 a square foot. And the home sales that had taken place, the price of the home, new construction came in at $409,000 and existing homes were $404,963. At the end of Q1, the percent to list price for existing homes was 97.5%. The price for new construction was 99.8%. So what that tells me is that the homes were maybe priced a little high than where they should have. And that's something else I'm going to jump into a little bit later as well, is what's the right way to price a home when you're getting ready to sell it? Do you need to price it high to negotiate down? Bad idea. Or do you need to know where the market is to know how are people going to receive your price when you put it out, when you expose it out on the market? All right, so with that information as well, Q2 of 2023, our most recent completed quarter, there were 1,791 homes that had sold in Benton County, and 40.8% of those were new construction. My friends, if you're looking at other markets across the United States, maybe you're in the Pacific Northwest and you're considering moving to Northwest Arkansas, know that our region is continuing to grow. There's about 35 new families a day net that are moving to Northwest Arkansas. Northwest Arkansas is classified at Benton and Washington counties primarily. Days on market went from 132 in Q1 to 152 in Q2. Days on market for existing homes went down, like I said it would, but I was actually thinking there would be more of a dramatic difference, but it only went down 3 days as far as total days on market from pending. Now here's a little bit interesting. Price per square foot for new construction did go up $2 a square foot, but existing homes went up almost $10 a square foot. Now again, we're only looking from quarter to quarter. So if you're looking at other realtors that are giving you market stats and information, there's some qualifiers that need to go into those facts. Whereas you might see foreclosures are up 150%. Well, yeah, because last month there weren't any foreclosures. So we need to understand we got to look back in order to look forward when we're talking about data. The actual sale price of the home has gone down for new construction. It was $404,337. But if we look at Q1 in comparison, those builders were saying, hey, we aren't getting 100% of our list price. When we move forward into Q2, maybe we need to do some price adjustments. More on that in a moment as well, understanding that new construction adjusts prices more so sometimes up and down, whereas the existing homes tend to just adjust down. Percent to list price in Q2 for 2023 was 98.1%, so it's up about 0.5% as it was in Q1, and percent to list price for new construction also went up slightly, 0.2% to 100%. So builders in our area, as far as the last 3 months, April, May, June, we're getting 100% of their list price. So my friends, if you're looking to move here and you're like, Anthony, I want new construction, it's very uncommon that you're going to go find a builder and they're going to negotiate the price down. Now, maybe the home's been on the market for 300 days as a new construction. If that's the case, then yeah, they might negotiate the price down, or they might do some builder incentives if you work with their title company or if you work with their preferred lender, for instance. Of course, we were just looking at Q1 of this year versus Q2 of this year, but I also think it's helpful to look back in previous years to see, because we usually come out of Christmas time and our market is very much a spring market. A lot of people buy and sell in the spring and early summer months. So I think it's wise to compare Q2 of 2023 versus 2022, 2021, and 2020 respectively. Here's a chart showing you Q2 2023 versus the other 3 years, 2022, 21, and 2020 respectively. Biggest changes you'll see is in the actual cost of the home. It was in 2020, only 3 years ago, to where you could buy a home in Bentonville in that quarter for just under $300,000, and now we're seeing it's over $400,000. It should be no surprise to you by now that understanding what happened in 2021 and 2022, where we saw significant appreciation along with inflation, along with people being allowed to work from home, that prices appreciated significantly faster than they usually do, which is typically a 3 to 6% is more of a common price appreciation, whereas we've seen 15 to 25% in some of the sub pockets, even inside of Bentonville itself. Something else I really want to draw your attention to is in Q2 of 2020, there were more houses for sale. There were 1,938 homes that had sold that quarter versus this quarter, there was about 150 less. But the thing that's the most dramatic is new construction from Q2 2020 to Q2 2023 is new construction has almost doubled. So my friends, when we have so many people moving here from out of the state and they're descending upon Northwest Arkansas, if you want, check out the channel. There's multiple different videos as to why people are moving here. One reason is lower cost of living. They can sell their home somewhere, let's say West Coast. They could sell their home, cash out their equity position, and move here and maybe even buy a home for cash to where interest rates aren't mattering as much. Interest rates a whole nother subject. But even with the new construction being built so rapidly, builders cannot keep up. We have an inventory problem. Let's be real, is we cannot keep up with the amount of influx of people that are moving to the area. I like to see different anomalies, and I like to see when things go up and when they normalize. If you look at price per square foot, you can see that going from 2020 all the way to 2021, it went up anywhere from $25 or so on the existing side. And then when we go all the way into 2022, it's gone up significantly, and then it's even still rising from last year this time to this year this time, as even home prices are continuing to rise. Something to be paying attention to also is there are less homes that are selling. So you might hear somebody say that home sales are down. Yes, home sales are down, but home prices are still appreciating. Home prices are still going up. That doesn't mean that prices are going down. It means that there are less homes for sale. It means we're having an inventory shortage and people aren't moving as much because of inflation and interest rates. Last thing before we move on, the final sales percent to list was actually very similar in 2020 Q2 as it is in Q2 of 2023. So it's interesting to see that, because that's kind of been normalized in that it seems as though people pricing their home at 600,000 are getting about 585, 595 of the list price. They're getting about 98% of the list price. When we go into a market update, we can talk about statistics all day long. Just like one of my favorite sports, baseball, there are statistics about runs batted in, there's home runs, there's ERA, there's all the different types of statistics. When it comes to homes, I paint that picture to help you understand, okay, here's where we were, now where are we going? So let's talk about what is currently available in Benton County. What's currently active on the market as of today in Benton County, Arkansas, is there are 1,096 homes for sale, and almost 44% of those are new construction. Nearly half of our active inventory is new construction. Now, one thing I want to direct your attention to is the price per square foot in which those are listed. Don't get afraid, my friends. Don't get all, in a tizzy about $290 a square foot. We're still seeing around that $200 to $220 per square foot on existing homes. The reason why it's so high is because out of those existing homes, around 500 or so homes, over 100 of them are over 7 figures. There's even a few that are above $4 and $6 million. And there are some properties that have significant amount of acreage. We're not talking quarter acre lots. We're talking homes that have 50 to 70 acres that are bumping up that price per square foot. So please understand, price per square foot, we've talked about this before if you're a regular watcher, is that it's a good metric to discuss, but it's not the end all be all. So I need to give that qualifier so you understand. No, people in Northwest Arkansas haven't got bananas. They're now pricing their homes at $290 a square foot. No. But what we'll show you on pending homes will help bring that back. The average list price kind of tells too, that is the average list price of existing homes is just over $700,000, whereas what we saw last quarter, it was closer to $400,000. Again, is attributed to numerous homes above the 7-figure mark that are still sitting on the market. Now, to give us some more color to that, we also need to look at homes that are currently under contract. Now, friends, this is where the market is currently moving. We saw what's happened in the past. We see what's currently active. What is happening right now is there are 999, why don't we just call it 1,000? There are 1,000 homes that are pending for sale that are under contract, ready to close. My friend, listen to this. 54.8% of those are new construction. That tells me there's a bit of a bottleneck. Either we're a spring market coming out of that, builders were waiting for materials, builders were getting pushed back because of all the rain that we get here in Arkansas, but for whatever reason, they haven't closed out just yet, but nearly 55% of the homes that are pending are new construction. So let me also bring it back to the price. The average price of existing homes that are on the market is $483,000. So yeah, it's a little higher than the $462 we saw that closed out in Q2, but it's nowhere near that $760,000 that is in the active portion. I get this question a lot. Anthony, I'm looking on one of the major syndicated websites and I'm seeing that there's a lot of price reductions in your area. What's going on in your market? Well, there's actually two different things we need to pick that apart. One is there's a reason why existing homes are having price reductions. Then there's a reason why new construction homes are having price reductions and increases. Let's talk about existing homes. I believe that the one or two reasons why existing homes are seeing price reductions is because sellers and their realtors are still thinking it's a 21 or 22 market. It's not. It's a 2023 market. We've had higher interest rates. We've got low inventory, yes, which is causing prices to continue to rise. But as far as pricing them like it was in 2021 or 2022 is not the case anymore. So they're shooting for the moon and prices are not coming down. They just need to start pricing them realistically with what is happening in the market. That's what I believe as to why price reductions are starting to happen. People are getting realistic with their pricing. Now, going on to new construction, it's a little bit of the same reason, but new construction is a little different in the sense that the builder is now having to figure out their profitability, not as much as someone who's living in a home might be getting relocated So it doesn't matter as much their profitability. Whereas a builder, if they aren't profitable, they're losing money and they're not building houses anymore. So builders putting their homes on the market in November, December are now starting to close them out. They're now getting to the point to where they can close on that home. But somewhere along the line where the home was not under contract yet, maybe building material went up for the roof or the windows that are no longer in stock. They have to go get a more expensive window to finish out that house. So they're doing price increases. And now why are they doing price decreases is because maybe some of the same situation over here with some sellers is that, hey, we're seeing projections are doing this, let's price our home this way, but it's still on the market, so let's lower it, incentivize, and let's get people into these homes. So let's talk about the numbers specifically about that. In existing homes, there's right around 500 existing homes for sale in Benton County, and nearly half of those, 250 of them, have had a price reduction. 6 of them have had a price increase. Why do people put a price increase on their existing home? Maybe they added onto the home. Maybe they did a major kitchen remodel. I'm not sure. That's a little more case by case. Whereas new construction, listen to this, of the 479 active new construction homes are on the market, 72 of them have had a price reduction, 71 of them have had a price increase. Again, because of market fluctuation, the builders are having to go, what are people buying? What are people gravitating toward? Is it this new color or is it this feature about the backyard? They're trying to find out where people are in regards to new construction. Like I said at the beginning of the video, there's 2 really big segments of existing homes and new construction homes here in Benton County. Same with Washington County as well. Not as much as Benton County, but still a significant piece. You're probably asking yourself, okay, Anthony, that's a lot of detailed information. That's a lot of stats. That's a lot of factors. What does that mean going forward in your local market? Well, what it means, my friends, is we are still seeing people moving here on a regular basis. We're not seeing price reductions to the point of where you can come in from somewhere else and just lowball an offer. That's not the case here. We're still seeing homes that are selling at 98 to 100% of list price. New construction, they're right on, right there at 100%. Existing homes, again, people are listing them a little bit higher and they're doing price reduction. People are buying them a little bit, slightly, 2% less than list price. My friends, I hope this is always helpful for you. By all means, if you have questions about the Northwest Arkansas market, any specific pocket, please feel free to reach out to me anytime. Happy to discuss in more detail specifically what price range, what side of town, what kind of house that you're looking for. Now you know a little bit more about what life is like in and around Bentonville. Thanks for watching.